And another thing of importance in reference to these people blocking me from my mother and father's estates, that they had kidnapped me from the physical property. You know, I was living at my mother and father's mansions, and these people had kidnapped me from the property. You know, this is very important in reference to history of my mother and father. You know, every day of my mother and father's life was documented too, and my life too, when I was little, you know, and growing up and everything. And it's documented every day now too. So in reference to the no compliance and the financial fraud of these government people and their interception of financial monies and credit cards and financial information or property information or bank account information or treasury or trust fund information that these people are holding on to, or financial portfolio information that they're trying to steal, you know, those people have to be prosecuted. It's documented daily when those people steal things from the postal mail, isn't it? Isn't it documented every day at the companies when they've tried to send things? And whichever person is stealing the postal mail. This is very important. They just itch my nose. This is very important in reference to the activities of these people. You know, look up the information of what my mother and father, when they were both alive, what they were doing on this day. When I was born, you know. So find something to see. This is very important in reference to, you know, the daily activities, because, you know, my parents had made trust funds for me, which are in the trillions of dollars. And my parents both had multi-trillion-dollar life insurance policies, and my birth name is on those life insurance policies that the Treasury is holding on to. Is that not true? In reference to the information, very important. And these government people that are playing these games of blocking me from my mother and father's mansions, they must be prosecuted for trespassing. And they must be prosecuted for blocking my path back home. Meaning these people are preventing me from being at my mother and father's mansions. We need an explanation for everything for what these people are trying to do. They're messing with my cat again. They made her vomit earlier too, right here on my Kenmore dryer. See, they made the cat vomit right there. And see, this is a cat bowl from, I either got it from PetSmart or whichever it is. PetSmart or Petco, either PetSmart or Petco. And, you know, I'm supposed to be living the lifestyle of my parents. Lifestyles, rich and famous, you know, which I was born into. Plus, I don't know if it's somebody at the Screen Actors Union that's blocking me from revenues from TV shows and movies I was in when I was little. You know. So obviously we need to know which people are doing what. I haven't received any of the lawsuit monies. We need to see the information of what kind of lawsuits my mother and father's companies had filed against the government about them holding me hostage. Or did my mother and father's companies forget to file lawsuits against the government? See, the processes of facts of what is obligatory in reference to my mother and father's companies and the Screen Actors Union and Directors Union and other unions and companies, to see which companies had filed lawsuits against the government for doing these things to me and the government blocking me from my mother and father's mansions. This is very important. Because, you know, people have to get fired if they're not actively pursuing the courts about the situation of them holding me hostage and these people stealing my lawsuit monies and insurance monies and people trying to steal sperm and blood and then them trying to muscle me or trying to murder me with illegitimate children that these government people, when they had stolen sperm and they artificially inseminated their political people or something, or their political families trying to murder me and trying to steal my mother and father's estates. Those people need to go into court.